Hello, mate.
Mate. Listen, let's do a mate. It looks as if Harry and Meghan, mate, are going separate routes. The word is she is interested in becoming a Hollywood power player, is still pursuing a future in Tinseltown, maybe influencing, maybe producing. And Harry is not interested in that direction. We've heard about he wants to make a bleeding heart film, worthy film in Africa. In other words, there is this suggestion, and we're not talking about romantically or personally, but professionally, the gruesome twosome maybe now they've reached the crossroads, they've been dumped by Spotify, it's not looking too good for them on the Netflix front, that they may go professionally in separate directions.
Well, I'm glad you've made that distinction, Kevin, because that's exactly what is happening, is that professionally they are going their separate ways. As you quite rightly say, Harry's heading off to Africa. I'm not even sure if he's there yet at the moment, where he's making this documentary. And, of course, Meghan, who's signed for this famous talent agency, is to be represented, wants to re-establish her career in some way, whether it's production or whether... I'm not sure if it's going to be in front of the camera. And there's also a suggestion that they're both looking for a second home in Malibu. And as you well know, Malibu is the place, you know, where all the stars live and, you know, go to, because from Montecito to Hollywood takes about 3 hours, as you know, in a car. So from that point of view, yes, there is a diversion of ways going on. What has got my goat is obviously the Wild West of the social media is saying that they're splitting up romantically, which I think is absolute rubbish. Look, I lived through the breakup of Charles and Diana's marriage and Fergie and Andrew's marriage. And, you know, we were getting all sorts of information, proper information, which all turned out to be right. From what I can see at the moment, all you've got is a variety of so-called experts who, in the Kelvin Mackenzie vein, know as much about the royal family and the royals you could stick up a gnat's bottom. It's that, it's that simple.
This Kelvin Mackenzie, I've never heard of him, but carry on.
and as you know, Kevin, I've cleaned that up.
Indeed. But just to go back to Harry and Meghan, I think for Harry, when they got there, the Hollywood scene was a scene of great novelty for him. I think he was intrigued by it. He loved it. He immersed himself in it. But I think he's become very disillusioned with it now, and he does not see Tinseltown, LA, as his future.
Well, he has, Kevin, because like sometimes some stars with a lot more talent than Harry have gone to Hollywood, have gone to America to try and make their fortune, think it's absolutely fabulous, and realise that actually it's a bear pit, to be perfectly honest. And he hasn't got that much talent as such. There's no production talent. There's certainly no talent in terms of acting or anything else. We've seen already his ideas that he put forward to Netflix about for future programs, you know, interviewing Vladimir Putin and the Pope.
The Pope on fatherhood.
The Pope on fatherhood.
He hasn't got any kids. Harry, he hasn't got any kids. It sort of comes with the job, you know.
And so these are the sort of things, and even Netflix, established Netflix experts in producing television programs looked at it and thought, this guy's barking, you know, to even think that he can get away with this sort of thing. So that's failed for him, really. So he's going back to Africa. It's almost like a second home for him. It's obviously where his mother was also very popular with some of the things that she did. Whether he can, you know, cap on that, it's going to be a hard job to do, really. So it's at least they're not attacking members of the royal family at the moment, which is good news.
Do you think there's a fear they may revert to that? Because what was that guy's name? Bill Simmons, I think it was, who was the executive at Spotify, who said, you know, the trouble with these two is if they're not pouring a bucket over King Charles and the royal family, they have nothing of interest to say about anything. People don't care.
I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. And you know, I don't think people are interested anymore. We've had the bucket load over the royal family here. I don't think people are interested anymore in what their whinging have to say about the king and brother.
They've got to find a new direction. There's no doubt about
But they
that.
have, yeah, absolutely. There's no question about that.
Absolutely, Charlie. Great to talk to you as always. Thank you very much. That's